Get your CompetitionPlus.com apparel today. Whether it's our nitro-burning funny car design or the vibrant door slammer design, we have the swag to show you are always in the know. Get yourself a hat too. And we know not everyone enjoys wearing a mask, but if you must wear one, at least wear a good-looking one. Check out the new CompetitionPlusApparel.com for the latest from the place where you have trusted for your news on the internet for over 2 decades.
Greg still with the backing of Summit Racing. They've got a little different look on the side of that car as we kick off the 2021 season. He made a solid hit yesterday. Ran 211 miles an hour, was the only one to do that, and still has top speed of the meet. So he definitely got some smoke under the hood. But Erica made the best run yesterday at 6.528, 2:10.77, so they're not far behind in horsepower. These two really don't like to lose to each other. I'm not saying that one would run the other one over if it was sitting on the side of the road or something like that, but I'm not sure they stop to help either. You have a lot of motivation when these two on the starting line, and I really don't care if it's qualifying. There's 3 points up for grabs, and it's as simple as that. I want them, and I don't want you to have them.
Right back to Erica's first win. There's been a great rivalry between these two, and I know we haven't even run eliminations in the first race of the season, but if these two were burning out for the final round with the championship on the line, the end of the year in Pomona, I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You're good to go. Let's go get us 3 points here.
Veterans in the category nowadays. Erica says she feels like an old grandma with all the kids out here. What does that mean, Greg?
Pomona is a long ways away right now. They just want 3 points. They both know they're solidly qualified for the Gator Nationals, but there's 3 points up for grabs. Greg was good down low. 6.5.
54-1. Greg went 52.5 next to you.
Greg Anderson goes to the top. Erica goes 6.541. She's going to get a couple of points, but she's going to lose her number 1 qualifier, and she's going to lose it to Greg. That makes it even worse. You saw a lot of high fives down there on the left-hand side of the racetrack. Conditions went backwards. Greg went forward. That is an impressive run. A couple of hundreds better than the field.
They rock throughout the year. She's the number 1 qualifier. First run down on the Vance Hines 4-valve program, 674.6, 196. What are we going to see here?
The Mission has those racing-style tortilla chips. We got to get post-stock motorcycle style.
The word is they're already on the kickoff. Matt Smith off the bike. Angelle 106 down low. Angelle 200 miles per hour, 674.2. Angelle just 200s off the world record. Angelle Sampey, it's a performance barrage. Look at that team going crazy. They got Angelle a 200-mile-per-hour run. Love seeing the emotion, love seeing the thrill and all the hard work that went into that 4-valve program. And Andrew and Eddie, as much as I'm sure they would love Terry down there, would love to be on a bike. Angelle loves them right where they are. Look at Angelle up on Sunoco Vision. Watch her as she finds out she ran 200. They're telling her, me? And Vance and Hines, Mission Foods.
I'm still not sure she knows.
Yeah, no, I don't know if she knows. Listen, Safari's telling her. Angelle does not keep her emotions in.
The DSR Dodges, there are only 2 of them as we kick off the season here in Gainesville, but here they are. They earned the right to be last because of what they did last year, and that includes Matt Hagan with the number 1 again. Cap's first one through the burnout box, the Napa Auto Parts. Dodge continuing just a tremendous relationship between Napa and Ron and DSR and the NHRA, and they would like us to welcome Eric Posner from Gear Wrench Corporation. Gear Wrench is the new tool sponsor for the Napa race team over there. So welcome, Eric. Welcome, Gear Wrench, to the NHRA. Matt Hagan, Dickie Venables, not a whole lot different on that car. Same guys, same brain trust. Love the Mopar wrap, the red-eye Hellcat scheme that they fly on that thing from time to time, and Well, usually when they're flying those colors, that car's flying.
Yeah, and I don't think there's a better moment for this car to be on the racetrack right now, where you have pretty much the entire thing has been shaded, so any temperature that was in it starting to come off, and Dickie Venables has never been one to spare the rod on a racing surface.
Well, you heard Del Worsham say that because there was a little time, cleanup, and some other stuff, the track temperature came to them, and it was a bonus for them. You earn the right to be last, and this is where it pays off.
And Ron Capps driving a 6-disc equipped car in the clutch can for the first time in a long time, maybe the first time ever in his career. Not that it makes a huge difference for what he's doing, but it certainly makes a difference with Guido and John Medlin tuning this hot rod.
Matt gets way over by the wall, and Ron Capps goes to the number 1 spot, 3.8. 9.5, 329.02. That's low ET, that's top speed, and the Napa Auto Parts Gear Wrench Dodge goes right straight to the top. Let's go down and check in with Jason Galvin. With Jason Galvin.
Down here with Dean Antonelli, and Dean, boy, first run, new driver, same old results for this team, though.
Well, we got to practice a little last week south of here. And it's been a beautiful transition, one great driver to another, and we're just going to keep picking away.
Doug Coletta's car is fired first. The Mac Tools RevChem Composites Top Fuel Dragster, the 6-time NHRA Top Fuel runner-up, is lined up next to the 3-time running NHRA Top Fuel World Champion. This team that operates like a machine has their machine heading to the water box.
I think it was very telling that we saw a couple of pretty good cars struggle on the right side of the racetrack, and then Billy Torrence comes up, goes zoom, and immediately the guy sprung into action looking at Steve's car going, okay, because when they work as closely together, and there are a lot of team guys that share information, but there's nobody that works more closely together than the father and son team. They went, okay, we saw that, we know this is what we have to do. I got to tell you, I will be surprised if Steve Torrence doesn't go to the number 1 spot.
It would definitely be an interesting scenario. I think it would surprise me somewhat as well, but I look over and see Doug Coletta's car, and I look over and see what that car was doing in testing with Sean Langdon behind the wheel. The motivation of that crew. I had Rob Flynn on as a guest of the NHRA Insider podcast. If you don't listen to that, you should. Talk to Rob a lot about what this team looked to do in the offseason, what data they were analyzing, where they needed to make improvements. And he said, very simply, it's an incremental process. And he said we were incrementally behind those guys almost all year long. We weren't way behind them, but when we needed to be, we just couldn't quite get over the hump. And they look to try to get over the hump starting right now.
They were 1 and 2 in the world last year when all was said and done. Doug Coletta for Mac Tools and Steve-O, the Capco boys. Steve Torrence goes 3.6. 9. He goes to the top, and Doug Coletta goes to the number 2 spot. They were both sub 3 seconds at 60 feet. They were both well over at the 8th mile. They were both well over 290 miles an hour. Steve-O is number 1. Doug K is number 2. Down to Jason.
Down here with Bobby Lagana, and Bobby here. Wow, you run a 369. Boy, welcome back to the Capco boys.
That's a good old God bless America. I love you fans for showing up. America's coming back. We're going to be stronger than ever. NHRA, my brother Dom is here. All the prayers. Richard Hogan, the Torrances. God bless America. Everybody needs God in their lives. God bless America.
I do believe that's one of the ninja rules. Scott Palmer, number 16. They were 1 and 2 in the world last year when all was said and done. Doug Coletta for Mac Tools and Steve-O, the Capco boys. Steve Torrence goes 3.6. 9. He goes to the top, and Doug Coletta goes to the number 2 spot. They were both sub 3 seconds at 60 feet. They were both well over at the 8th mile. They were both well over 290 miles an hour. Steve-O is number 1. Doug K is number 2.
And Ron Capps driving a 6-disc equipped car in the clutch can for the first time in a long time, maybe the first time ever in his career. Not that it makes a huge difference for what he's doing, but it certainly makes a difference with Guido and John Medlin tuning this hot rod.
Matt gets way over by the wall, and Ron Capps goes to the number 1 spot. 3.895, 329.02. That's low ET, that's top speed, and the Napa Auto Parts Gear Wrench Dodge goes right straight to the top.
Down here with Dean Antonelli, and Dean, boy, first run, new driver, same old results for this team, though.
Well, we got to practice a little last week south of here, and it's been a beautiful transition, one great driver to another, and we're just going to keep picking away.
Great run.
Thank you.
Erica Enders over in the right side, and for Greg Anderson, has had the long relationship with Summit. He's got the race star logos on the side of the car here this weekend. The flagship out of KB Racing would love nothing better than to get back on top, because it has been a drought for Greg Anderson. I mean, let's be honest.
Erica has got big-time stuff happening down low.
6.528, 210.77. Erica goes to the top. Greg Anderson, however, does get top speed, 211.3, and he goes 6.536. So Erica, number 1, Greg, number 2. Take the pressure off. Go down the track, put yourself a clean run on the board, take a sigh of relief, and then go back and get to work.
Outside of the win, Angie Smith entered the 200-mile-an-hour club last year as well.
All right, that's looking pretty good. That's looking spectacular. That's a 6.74, 196 miles an hour. Look at him going crazy down there on the starting line as Angelle rockets her way to the top spot. 6.92 for Angie Smith, 196. I don't know that there is a definitive record number recording that I do believe that's the first pro stock motorcycle to ever be sub 4.3 seconds to the 8th mile.
I can tell you that I got some information. It came from Brett Kepner the other day. He said they were running at Orlando testing this motorcycle, and he had absolutely been watching some of the incrementals, and they were world record level.
Competition Plus is your go-to source for the latest in drag racing news. For over 20 years, CompetitionPlus.com has provided news you can trust, thoroughly researched and delivered as quick and fast as it can be uploaded. Whether it's Nitro or stock, drag radial or pro modified, our writers are trained to bring you the inside story time and time again. We have it all from in-depth news articles to the latest in high-performance products to the scuttlebutt making its way around the pits. Original video content from the stars in drag racing also makes CompetitionPlus.com the ultimate one-stop shop for die-hard drag racing fans. Don't make CompetitionPlus.com your only stop on the information superhighway. Make it your first. For news you can trust and have trusted for 20 years, visit CompetitionPlus.com. Be sure to download our mobile app. It's a free download on the Apple Store and Google Play.